Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we are going to do the thing that you guys have all requested. Oh my word, I had so many requests. After I showed my my template binder on Frugal Friday last week that I decided I would make a pop-up sampler for you. But what I didn't show you in that video was there's not just 7 pop-ups in this book. No, it's actually double-sided. There's 14 different pop-up examples, and we are going to do them all today. So what I've done here is I have made a printable for you, so you can find that in the video description, and that shows you how you fold, cut, and score every one of these templates. So you can see what side the fold is on. Dashed lines mean score, solid lines mean cut, and yeah, so you could just follow that. Now what I did actually is I took one of these and I cut it up. So I will be able to glue this inside of our little pop-up books. Now we're actually going to make pop-up cards, which you can glue together and make them into a book if you want, but I'm just going to do them in individual cards because it will be easier to manage. What I did was I just found some cardstock that I had a lot of that I didn't like. You know, this kind of awfully fading neon paper that's in like every multi-pack of cardstock you buy. I had a lot of that. So I'm using some of that up. What you want to do is score it down the middle and cut it in half like you're making A2 cards. You're going to need 14 of these, so it will take 7 sheets of the big cardstock. Then you're going to take white cardstock and you're going to cut it in quarters and you're going to fold those in half, okay? And this is what we're going to make our pop-ups with. You could even probably use printer paper for this, but I would recommend a cardstock just to make it a little more durable, but use whatever you have. I think that these were probably done, I'd say these were probably done with cardstock actually, so, or a heavy drawing paper, so you know, just kind of keep that in mind. And we're going to go through step by step. We're going to go through each pop-up. So here I have my my little card base. I've got a permanent glue stick. Of course, you can use double-sided tape or whatever you have. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and we're going to start with pop-up number 1. And let's just, as a reminder, see how that one looks. That one is this one right here, just a simple pop-up. And here's our little guide. We've got our folded piece of paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our guide, okay? And we are going to cut in from the edge. If you want, you could draw it on your paper, but I don't think I really need to do that. We'll see. If it gets too complicated, then I will. So I'm going to cut in from the edge, on the folded edge, about halfway down. Okay? Then I'm going to fold this. I'm going to fold it both ways. Now, if you want, you can use your bone folder, you know, to crease it. Okay, and that's what we have. All right, so this is going to glue in. So the part we cut is going to be the part that has the fold, is going to be the part that pops out. So I'm going to put some glue. Right here. Use double-sided tape if that's what you have. I'm going to glue one side at a time. You can put this wherever you want in your little pop-up. And you can make that whole panel larger. You can make it fill the whole thing if you want to fill the whole line the entire inside of the card if you want to. But this is just an example so you can see how these pop-ups will go. And then you will have to use your own creativity and your own opinions about how you want it to go. There, okay, so there's that example. So then you could take your little index from the printable, you could glue it on the outside, or you could glue it on the inside. I think I'll just glue mine on the outside because I don't plan on making this into a book. But if you do want to, like, you can make it into a book by, like, you know, gluing all of the cards, like, edge to edge if you want, make kind of like a little star book or something. Or you could even do like a long sheet of paper and accordion fold it like the one my kids had. So there is pop-up example number 1. Look at that. How adorable is that? Okay, 1 down, 13 to go. So I've got myself another piece of folded card. I've got myself another small folded card, and we're going to look at our little directions here. So we've got to cut in twice from the folded side. All right, so I'm just going to do that. I'll turn it that way so you're seeing I'm cutting it the same way. I'm going to cut in, and you can measure it out. Mostly your pop-ups would get hidden, so honestly, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Okay, now the score lines are not on the center part like it was on our first pop-up. The score lines are on the other 2 pieces. Okay, so you could fold it so it matches the edge if you want. Actually, you could do them at different levels even. I highly recommend you use a bone folder to crease it. Do that both ways. Alright, this is just an example. It does not have to look great. Okay, let's look at what our sample pop-up looks like. So we've got the two parts of the folding are the parts that come out almost like a box kite. Okay, so we're going to put glue on this T area. Alright, because that's what we're going to glue down. We're going to glue one side at a time because it's a lot easier. Another glue that's really great to use for pop-ups is the zip dry glue, because any over glue you can rub off any over glue. Is that right? Now I gotta glue that in this. Oops, shoot. I gotta glue it in this way, right? Yes, we gotta glue the fold in. Pull those guys out first though. There we go. Okay, then we'll put glue on the other side. This is probably really, well, actually no, because if you didn't have the original pop-up sampler book to go by, you wouldn't know how it's supposed to go. So, okay, so that's what we got for our pop-up sampler number 2. Okay, feel free to pause as we're going through because this might take a while, and you know, it might take you a little longer, or fast forward if it's taking you a lot less time. All right, we're going to stick that one on the outside. Okay, there's example number 2. All right, example number 3, we're going to go ahead and grab our folded card. We've got our folded instruction there, so we got the opening there. I'm just putting it sideways, so the way I want to hold it, you'll be able to see. I'm going to cut a line in the middle like that, and then I am going to fold on each side. Try to line it up. Use your bone folder so you get a nice crease. I'll fold it back the other way as well and crease it. Let's have a look-see at what this one looks like. Oh, this is the one that looks like a bird beak. Isn't that cute? It's like a bird beak. Ah, love it. Okay. I'm going to grab our piece of paper. So the fold's going to glue in, so we want to open that up and pop our little bird beak out. Okay. Alright, we are going to, is that going to work? Yes, that's going to work. Okay. Oh, I didn't be worried there for a second. Hope your day's going well. Hope this is not the boringest video you've ever seen, but you guys asked for it, so not everything can be all razzle-dazzle. Not every art and craft project can be a thrilling journey of excitement. I want to put this part down, line up my folds like that. Some glue on that side. Gosh, I hope that's straightish. I feel like that's a little too, what do they mean permanent? They say permanent, yeah. All right, I should have checked to make sure that would close a little bit better, but there we've got our little beak. And we will glue this to the front of our card. Actually, this would be, if you're a school teacher, I think this would be really fun to do it like this, and that way you could pass around the examples. Although, this is pretty sweet too, I gotta say, man. Mrs. Snyder did a good job at Center Drive School with that one. Yes, I think that I should, yeah, see how that one's further away, but I think that's cute. It looks like a fish mouth too. Boy, there's a lot you could put eyeballs there. That's really fun. Kids could have a good time with that one. All right, our next one, template number 4, looks kind of like a Christmas tree. Let's see what we're going for here. This is what it looks like when it pops up. Okay. We are going to cut in a short distance here. Actually, I'm wondering if we should maybe make our line first, our folding line. That might be a good idea. I'm going to grab a ruler. And this will be on the inside, so you're not even going to see it. I'm going to draw the little folding line just so I get it. Okay, I'm not going to score it yet because I want to cut in first. So we'll cut into that line. And then I'm actually going to crease it a little bit just by going over that with my bone folder. That's just going to help it fold where I want it to fold. I know it doesn't seem like much. You don't even need a scoring board. You can use a butter knife for that even. But it's really going to help it fold where we want it to fold. We'll fold it the other way so that it'll want to pop easier for us. We'll pop out those two pieces, pop them forward, I mean. Okay? We're going to close that up so we know where to put our glue. That's going to go on the fold. That's, but we have the stabilizing from the side, so it doesn't matter. There's only a small portion that's going to touch the fold there. Glue. I'm not promising I'm going to make any pop-up cards. Just want to let the record show there. Okay. Fold that. That one's really cool looking, I think. And we'll fold that to close. We'll glue this to the front. So remember, the template is in the video description. So it's housed at my blog. So I've just made it. I've already uploaded it and everything. Look at that. That's cool. That would be cool. You could make a couple Christmas tree panels and glue them, or make a Christmas tree, fold it, glue it down. You know, have an, I don't know, like a living room interior or pattern paper or something that looks like a living room or a printout. And that would be so cute. Pop-ups are neat. You don't really see the magic until you open it up. But then that could sit on a shelf like that and be like a diorama. So that would be kind of cool. All right. Moving right along to number 5, we've got this one. It looks like it could be a book. It could be somebody reading a book. It could be a bouquet of flowers. I think it'd look cool if you had a kid there, a person or an animal, and then this was a book. I think that would look really cute. So there's a few ideas. If you have any ideas, in the comments below, I want you to write the number, the template number, and write what your idea for it is. And that would be really handy for, you know, that'd be really handy for people, I think. So I'm just going to snip in. And then I'm going to just make a little score line with my bone folder first. I'm just scoring that line right there. I'll turn it so you can see. That's just gonna, I know it seems silly, but it actually does help that. Now, of course, you can vary the angle. Like that's not exactly like my little drawing there, but I think it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna pop that out. And then we're gonna glue it in. I thought this looked so complicated when the kids were at because each of my kids has made one of these in art class in grade school. And I thought it looked so complicated, but then just doing them now, I'm like, you know, it's really not that complicated. It seems complicated. You probably don't need me to show you each one of these, but I'll do the video. You can watch it, or you can be like, yeah, I get the gist, Lindsay. Glue this to the outside. Yeah, if I ever teach kids again, I think this will be one of our projects, definitely, for sure. And then we'd probably do a pop-up book. And then you could make that higher or lower. You can actually trim that down. You don't need that much of the bottom space there. So keep that in mind, too. So, like I said, if you have ideas for what these pop-ups could be, please post them in the comments below, because I think that would be really helpful. So now we've got number 6, and this is, it almost looks like a fish mouth. Okay, number 6, this is what our template looks like. We got our folded piece of paper. So I would definitely go ahead and fold all your paper first. So I'm going to start by cutting in from the fold. And then I'm going to fold up. Now that, I drew that like it's curved. It doesn't have to be curved. You could have it curved, but we have one that will be curved later. You could vary that angle too, depending on how you want it to go. All right, we're gonna pop that part in. Okay, we've got the fold on the bottom. Look at that, that's cute. It's amazing how these work, isn't it? So I hope you're enjoying this Frugal Friday. I filmed this before I left for New York, so I thought, ooh, so many people want this. Well, that's a perfect Frugal Friday. Let's go on this side. What a great way to use up that hideous cardstock, right? We all have it. I had a purple. Do you remember that purple? I'm sure you all have the purple and you know what I'm talking about. It is like this acid purple and it is offensive to your eyes. It like, it's so bad. It's so bright. And of course the edges fade because it's a neon if you have it like sitting on a shelf or something. I must have found I was actually looking for that for cardstock to use up because, that's cute. Because I knew I had a bunch of that, but I think I must have used it up on some other project that I needed kind of waste paper for. Okay, so let's move along to number 7. I also had a lot of like this really, really light baby blue, like more than I could use for anything. I used that up in a bunch of like storage binders. But this one looks like a nose. Template number 7 looks like a nose. That you could do a mustache underneath it, do a Father's Day card or something, some glasses. Yeah. There's some options. Let me know what you think. Okay, so that's number 7. We've got we're gonna put it here just so it's oriented like you're gonna see. We're gonna cut a curve, okay? And I guess you could really curve it up and scallop it, make it look like a nose and nostrils, but I'm just gonna do the basic curve like that. Going deeper, I suppose. And I think I will score this as well just so I get a nice crisp fold. Remember, a butter knife will work just as well if you don't have a bone folder. And it really makes a good difference. Gosh, I feel like I'm just getting back to my crafty roots. You know, kicking it old school. All right, now we're gonna we'll pop the little pop-up in before we glue it so it doesn't become difficult. Even check our work. Yep, that's going to work out just fine and dandy. Second verse, same as the first. I'm Henry VIII, I am making a pop-up book, I am. I got married to the woman next door. She's been married 7 times before. And everyone before me was an Henry. I know you guys just yelled Henry, didn't you? She didn't want a Willie or a Sam. I'm the 8th old boy, that's Henry. Henry the 8th I am. Henry the 8th I am. Second verse, same as the first. Alright, pop-up number 7. Why did I sing that on 8? I sung it on 7. I'm just crazy. There we go. That could be a Christmas tree too. Make it wider and make that a Christmas tree. Make it like kind of pinked at the edges. So many ideas. So many ideas to make Christmas cards in March. All right, let's move along to number 8. Number 8, we're going to go to the back side of the book. No, we're going to go this way because this is the one I have for number 8. All right. And it's glued in opposite from the way I have that written. Doesn't really matter. It can go either way. Yeah, what would we use this for? Would it make more sense to have it go this way? What would we use that for? That pop-up. Oh, for like a house. You know? Yeah, it could be like a house. See that? You could have I don't know why you put a house there. Maybe a house warming. You know, a little smokestack, little chimney. I don't know. I don't know what you'd use that one for. Gosh, I need some ideas for that one, guys. You're gonna have to show me. You're gonna have to tell me in the comments below. Okay. We're gonna cut in from the edge like that at an angle. And then we're gonna fold it over. Okay, we're going to pop that part in. Seems like something better we could use that for than a house. All right. And try to keep that fairly parallel, keep the edge parallel to the top. Now, if you want to have a full liner on your card, all you need to do is just cut your pop-up piece the same size as your card. And then after you've glued it in, you may need to trim it, like trim the edges because it might stick out just a smidgen. But it's easier to do that to get to line up than it would be to like just cut it 1/8 of an inch smaller. I would cut it the exact same size as the card and then just trim it when you're done. There we got that one. And then, like, you know, if that was lined up to the bottom, it could be like a house on the bottom, and you could stamp some houses on the side. I don't know what you want to do, but that's there's an option. All right, our next one is this one that could be another one that could be a book. That's very similar to what we did. These aren't all repeats, are they? No, they're not. Like, man, that looks familiar. 9. So we're going to cut in. All right, let's orient it the same way. We're going to cut down, and then we're going to fold over. So, turn it that way. I'm just turning it as I cut, just so we don't have confusion. And we're going to pop it in. Pop it in like we do, and glue it. Actually, I'm pretty confident you'll be able to do this right along with me. You won't even have to. You won't even have to pause it. You'll just be able to pop that on and just make sure you have your stuff all printed and cut and ready to go. And yeah, you could build all these right along with me. And there's that one. That could be a bouquet. Like, that could be covered with foil. A bunch of flowers are going to pop out. I'd probably scooch down a little bit. But, yeah. Totes. Now we're going to move on to number 10. And that one looks like this. So it's very similar, but the edges catch on the side. So again, that would be another one that would be a good bouquet, maybe. Or, I don't know. It's kind of... I like how it bends. So if you had something where you want it to bend like that, maybe a trophy. It could look like a trophy. You could have like a "You're number 1," and it could be silver or something like that. All right, so here's what it looks like. Now this time we're cutting in from the open side, okay? So I'm going to turn it like this. So the open side is down. I'm going to cut in from the open side about halfway. And then we're going to fold to about there. I'm actually going to score that because I'll make a little mark. Is that right? Yep, that's right, I guess. We'll see. We'll see when I pop it up if it's right. I'm second guessing myself here. Huh. Really, that's cut from the open side. See, it's kind of weird because, okay, so what part glues down? This part. What, really? Oh yeah, huh, okay. So, yeah, this is, I might have had mine. Okay, so that's how it goes. Yeah, and the edges are going to catch in and curve around. Okay. Was I in the middle? Yep, I was in the middle. Huh. Check my professional diagram that my, 10-year-old made when they were 10. My kid made when they were 10. Huh. All right, sure. I'm going to glue it down. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, friends. I don't know what that means. Oh, this is good. It's keeping me busy so I don't get nervous about flying. The busier I can be today, the better. I'm looking forward to the trip. And yet, I am nervous. So by the time this goes up, I will be well underway in New York City. Let's make sure this works before we glue our thing down. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. I really don't know what I would use this one for. I really got to glue it down a little bit better before I start messing with it because it doesn't have as much. That's interesting though. I don't know, guys. What would you use this one for? That's number 10 in our pop-up smorgasbord in our pop-up potpourri. Pop-up potpourri. Maybe that'll be the good title for this video. Pop-up potpourri. Yeah. Okay, number 11. I can't believe I'm doing this. Actually, I was like, I was just like, there's no way I'm making a pop-up sampler book. And look at me now. Okay, so this one we're going to cut in from the fold. We're going to cut in 2 slanted lines, and then we're going to score. We're going to score them back. So I'm just going to kind of hold at the center. I'm not eyeballing it. I'm just going to cut at an angle and try to cut it about the same angle, just in the opposite direction. And then I'm not quite scoring back. I'm going to make a little mark about how far I want to score back to, I think. Let me look at our little diagram. That's about 1/4 of an inch, I would say, to 1/2 of an inch. I've got bigger paper though, so I'll do 1/2 of an inch. That's kind of neat. I don't know what I use it for. Let me know, guys, what you would use it for. I'm just going to make a little mark there, and I think I'll be able to... Is that far enough? Yeah, that is. Okay, I think I'm going to score though. I think I will pre-score it. Hopefully I cut them in around the same around the same depth. I guess I'll probably do that much. Fold, 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 fold. Okay, we're going to pop these parts in because this will be gluey area. All right, let's do the glue. We're almost there, guys. It's not taking as long as I thought it would, actually. All right, we're going to insert this to our card. Wow, that one takes up almost the whole length. And add our glue on the other side. And let's see how this one turns out. Make sure you don't get overspill on the glue because you don't want to glue your card shut or glue your pop-ups down. All right, yeah, gosh, what could we use that one for, guys? That's kind of neat. And glue that to the cover. Moving along to number 12, that one looks like this. It's kind of the opposite of what we just did. So we've got our fold down. We're going to be cutting in from both sides, though. You know what? I think I'll just use this ruler and use that as a guide to cut in. You know what? I could actually, let's see how far do I want. Maybe cut in like oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna eyeball it. You know what? I'm just gonna draw a line because holding a ruler and trying to hold scissors is kind of ridiculous. So let me just, and let's see, how far do I want to come in? Maybe no, do I want to go quite an inch? No, maybe not. Maybe, let's see. That's the center point. So I'll score. Those are points to score in from, and let's do maybe 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 would be about right there. Okay, so I'm going to cut down to there, and of course you can alter it. You can, you know, make it deeper or narrower. And then, so we're cutting in from the sides like that. See, from the sides, and then we're going to score into those, or fold in to somewhere in the middle. I'm just going to pre-score. So there's our little diagram, just so you can see a little bit better. And of course you have the printable. If you don't have a printer, you could just look at it and you could draw them. It's not like that difficult. Oh, I didn't even score it. Oh, I mean, I didn't bone folder it. Now these will cross each other. in the center. I'm gonna fold it. I'm gonna score them the other way too, because it's just gonna make the paper flex a little easier and reduce the chance of it cracking on us. That's, you know, one of the big reasons we score. I wouldn't use anything heavier than like a 80-pound cardstock in the center. Probably the 60-pound cardstocks would be really good for this. Okay, let's see. Is that gonna work? It's almost like a wiper. They kind of cross each other like a windshield wiper. You have to be careful gluing stuff on that one though, because the chances of things catching would be pretty high when you've got two pop-ups kind of grazing each other like that, I think. So I don't really know what we'd use this one for. Whatever you do, don't have too many like embellishments. I wouldn't have any embellishments on one like this because I think they would catch, and that would be kind of aggravating to deal with. Well, what do I know? I'm not a pop-up enthusiast. I got guilted into this pop-up project. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't feel guilted to do it. I'm happy to. That's kind of neat, though. I don't know what I'd use it for, though. What do you guys think? It's kind of cool. I don't know what I'd use it for, though. But anyway, there it is, number 12. All right, moving on to number 13. This one's an interesting one. This is kind of like a, I think you could do hands clasping, maybe. That might be neat. Or if you're doing like a religious card, like a communion or baptism or something, maybe you could do praying hands. I'm not religious. I don't know. I don't make religious cards, but I think that might be an option. So we've got our little diagram here. We're going to turn it, and we are going to cut in. I'm going to draw the little line. I'm going to draw in a diagonal line first, and then we're going to cut in 2 parallel lines. I don't know if the angle's all that important. I really don't think it is. You could vary that angle up as much as you like, I believe. Just going to score that. Just fold it. I think a fold is just fine for that. All right, we're going to open it up and pop that piece through. And then, yeah, that'll work. I feel like I want to give the world a Coke and teach it how to sing. I don't know why that makes me think that. There we go. I want to buy the world a Coke. Do you guys remember that? That's some effective marketing. I still remember it like 30 years later. Might even be longer. Gosh. I don't remember all the words though. To the front. Number 13. One to go, friends. That's an easy one, which you would know if you looked at the printable. There we go. That has some options, I think. That's kind of cute. I mean, just anything you hook to that would just kind of bob up and down in the card. That would be kind of fun. All right, last but certainly not least, we have a nice heart. A nice heart pop-up. That would have been handy to show you guys a month ago, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it have? All right, this is pretty easy. We're going to do just like Valentine's Day. Okay, we're going to cut a... actually, you could even go in and you could draw a half of a heart, but you're only going to cut to about there. Okay, to about where it would be a right angle with the paper. You could probably go more if you wanted to. Gosh, this is awkward to cut in from this side. I don't know why I drew it like that. Just remember you're going in from the edge. And I'm just gonna, yeah, you want to make sure you're coming straight down from the edge though. Make sure you cut past the curve, because otherwise I don't think you're gonna get a good pop up. I think it'll pull. The paper will pull and it won't be so good. Okay, we'll pop that in before we glue it. These are easy though, because like I just looked at the book and I drew out the little diagrams like I saw in the book, and then This is the first time I put these together, so I mean it is easy. You shouldn't run into too much trouble with this one, with these diagrams. I didn't practice it or anything. I usually do practice when I'm going to record, but I figured I can edit if it goes terribly wrong or just refilm it, but I didn't have to, so. That is a testament to how easy these templates are, and like I said, the school teacher, the art teacher, did this with groups of like 20 children, so, you know, that's saying something. If 20 10-year-olds can be guided through this by one person, then I have complete faith in you. Complete faith in myself. All right, and there is our last but not least pop-up. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and doing this project. It was a lot of fun. And now I have all these examples. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with them, but maybe stick them in the template binder. I already have my pop-up book sampler, so I don't know. I might put these in my card making card and then, you know, see if I can use one of these, because then I can bring this out as an example of the pop-up to use and direct folks to that blog post, because I will, maybe I'll take individual photos of each of these. I don't know, you can watch a video and skim ahead and skim through pretty easily. I don't know what the best way to do to showcase this is, but anyway, there you go. You've got your own little booklet. Now, if you wanted to make a book of these, what you could do is just glue them side to side like that, so you could flip through it. And you could probably glue them. You could make an accordion by gluing them opposite ways. Aha, friends, you want to make an accordion one? You glue them opposite ways like this. Of course, you want to make sure you put your little index on the, let's zoom out. You want to make sure you put your index on the inside where the pop-up is, like the little sampler book. But if you glue them opposite ways like that, then you can have a little accordion. Ah! And then it would be like this because it would be double-sided. You know, it would be like that. Double-sided if you want to do it like that. You do you. You live your life. You let me live my life. We're all going to live our lives and make some pop-up books or whatever, cards. I don't know. I might never make another pop-up in my life, but at least so you guys know how to. You can download this from my blog, print it out, print out 2 copies. One on, I would print out one on cardstock to keep and one on printer paper to cut up and put in your little sample books so you know what you're doing. And then you have this reference for, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm a belt and suspenders type of gal, so I will have 2 references. Hope you enjoyed this Frugal Friday and make some pop-ups. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.